UMG is going down a rabbit hole to remind Drake about Millie Bobby Brown.
UMG would also get access to Discovery as well. And I think they would go down this rabbit hole because they're now adding more context than they did in their last filing. Okay, let's read this one more time. Fans and criticism concerning Drake's relationship with minors predate Not Like Us and have been widely reported. Noting that Lamar is indicting Drake for years of rumors and speculations around his misbehavior around minors, and that Millie Bobby Brown is one of the things that most people are aware of when it comes to Drake and the rumors around him. In the Heart Part 6, Drake also affirmed that he understood Lamar's statements and Not Like Us to refer to the Millie Bobby Brown controversy, stating that this Epstein angle was the issue I expected, and only effing with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never looked twice at no teenager. Clearly, Drake himself understands that Lamar's lyrics refer to well-known issues that have been widely reported. Drake's arguments concerning...
Come on now. And that's the whole situation. Honestly, let's be all the way real. Look, Lamar never even brought up any songs. So you know for a fact that, come on, let's keep it going. By you bringing up that name, you messed yourself up. Let's just be all the way real.
Concerning undisclosed facts carry no weight. 1 second applause. And 15, we all know the stories of him going to girls' basketball games. There are some things that we've seen and heard over the years. It's kind of wild that this has been in the atmosphere for some time. But no one has previously called out Drake in this way. When Millie Bobby Brown was 13, she met Drake at a concert. He was 30 or 31 at the time. She said they would text in a lot of interviews and they maintained friendship where he would give her advice about boys, stuff like that. This was spoken about in interviews. Right. You can just go Google. If you're ever interested, that's a rabbit hole. There's a public rabbit hole.
In public rabbit hole. But a lot of people refuses to do that. And at the same time, if that's not your uncle or a relative, you shouldn't be giving no advice about nothing. Like, I'm gonna be all the way real. It looks suspicious. Let's just be real. Let's keep it going though.
You can go look at her say that. Allegation of Drake having inappropriate relationships with minors is a topic Drake has had to debunk in the past. Not Like Us reflects these rumors surrounding Drake's personal life.
What up, word? It's your boy ChallzBrown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those cash outs to UMG. Join the membership, gang. Listen, I've been saying for months that Drake does not want this case to go to court. He does not want this to go to trial because of one simple fact. UMG will play dirty. They will play unfair. They will play search and destroy. And they will bring up one of the issues that I said.
Oh, okay. Obviously, it's raining. I was about to say, what the hell is that in my head? Thought it was something in my headphone. I'm like, damn. It's raining. Oh, okay.
He doesn't want no parts of. He better hope they dismiss this because they're going to dig up some old stuff. And now they done drop this motion to dismiss. And in that motion to dismiss, they have officially said, we hear you like them young. In this paperwork, they actually went to what I said. I said, Drake, they're going to talk about Millie Bobby Brown. They're going to talk about you're going to high school girls basketball games in your 30s. You have no reason to be there. You don't have a high school student in there. There is no reason for you to be in there sipping on mimosas or whatever you got going on. Bud Lights and this, that, and the third. No, he's from Canada. He's drinking mimosas, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to remind you that the rabbit hole goes deep. And Drake actually mentioned that rabbit hole verbiage in his lawsuit. They threw it right back at him. They went line for line. They did what battle rappers do. They read that thing and they counter-sued. They counter-punched. And they came at this dude on some meet the grams. Gang, listen, in this paperwork, this is one more thing, because I told you it's about 5 things in there that you can see that they're going to key on. I already told you yesterday in the other video about the Michael Rappaport.
That's why I say, like, bro, that's what I don't understand with him. Like, and I'm going to keep saying this. If it was a documentary, bro, if it was a documentary like how they doing Diddy and Chris Brown, I can totally understand where Drake coming from, bro. Totally understand. I'm gonna be all the way real. It's a battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Had to sound like a broken record, but that's what, when you're battling, you point out certain behavior that the media has put out there about you. Not You feel me? Not me per se, but what they've been saying about you on bro, you've been on social media. Don't tell me you don't know what's going on. So me mentioning that, like, it's a battle, bro. Don't tell me, oh nah, bro, that ain't cool. You can't be using that. He wasn't the first person to say that. They've been saying this. You know what I'm saying? That was an angle that he used. Let's get back to it though.
Football angle, and this is the other angle, this Millie Bobby Brown angle. And what's going to happen? They're going to say Drake, when Millie Bobby Brown was high like fish grease off of Stranger Things, no one knew her out of nowhere. She blew up. You was one of the adults that she was confiding in. She was DMing and talking to you. She already said you text her back. She was 13 years old. And by the time she was 14 years old, for some reason, you were giving her advice on men and well, boys and this and that and helping her out, right? Some people say that's a little inappropriate. I'm just going to be honest. A 30-year-old, 31-year-old man texting a 14-year-old in any situation, if that ain't your niece or your daughter.
Now, you know what's crazy, bro? Like, and I know some people be like, nah, bro, you playing devil's advocate. Call it what you want to call it. Like I say, I throw everything out there on the board. I don't know what that situation is with Millie Bobby Brown and Drake. I don't know. But texting, yeah, I wouldn't allow that because I have a daughter myself. But Ice Cube, when he was working on the movie Long Shot, I believe, with Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer, she explained this story before. I think she was on Club Shay Shay. But she let it be known that Cube once invited her to the trailer or somewhere, you know, in the dressing room or whatever, and he just got at her like, hey, you know, I see it coming. You finna hit a certain status. You feel me? That stardom finna come. Just beware of the predators out there, bro. Because right now you looking like prey. You're getting older, so just beware. So that's what, you know what I'm saying? So in the sense of what I'm basically saying is like, bro, you seeing a certain situation and you giving advice, I have no problem with that, like, because you know. But the texting situation, yeah, that's like I said, Cube said that in person. He said that on the movie set. He didn't text her that. He said that on the movie set. So that will be like the difference when it comes to Drake and Millie Bobby Brown. But let's keep going.
You do not need to be corresponding with her. I told you they were going to bring that up, and they put it.
UMG bringing this up in court is like, ooh, like the rabbit hole get deeper, bro. It's documented, so it's gonna keep going. What's my name? What's my boy name? What's my boy name? They just did an interview for the Shy. Jacob Lattimore and damn, I can't remember. It's not that. Is it Luke? Dang, I can't. My boy that played on that's on the Shy. I'm gonna figure out his name when we done. But the one that played on the New Edition, he played Johnny Gill. Luke something, I forgot right now, my bad. But they let it be known, like, bro, it's documented. You know what I'm saying? When they got to ask the question as far as at the Breakfast Club, you know how they felt about the Drake and Kendrick situation. And they just kept it real. Like, bro, you feel me? That Drake stuff is documented, bro. It's something you can't ignore. You feel me? So
they put it right in the paper. It's right in writing. They say,
mind you, whether it's true or not, we can see it, if that makes sense. You can't always believe what you see, but yeah.
Listen, there are some questionable things that Kendrick had a right to bring up because they're public knowledge. Kendrick had a right, and not like us, to say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young, right? It's all conjecture. But at the end of the day, if you follow that rabbit hole, you will see.
Yeah, he had a right to, because Drake told him to say that. He said, yeah, go ahead and use that angle. Just like if Papa Dot wanted to, he could have rapped everything that B Rapid said. He just chose not to. Yeah, you could use that as fair game. I'm letting you know it's fair game.
You will see video footage of Millie Bobby Brown addressing the Drake situation, saying, "Oh, that's I love him. Oh my God, he's my friend. Like, why are you friends with this girl?" I'm just gonna be honest. If let's say this, anybody else, it would look kind of strange. I don't know. Drake was allowed to move with impunity. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, Drake was allowed to move with impunity because them numbers of them record sales. I'm just gonna be honest. He got away with a lot of stuff. And I said, UMG, gonna remind you, of the girl on stage that he's hugging, talking about, I don't know if it's wrong, but it feels good, when he found out she was underage. Talking about she feel good pressed against his body, right? I'm just going to be honest. I said that UMG was going to remind them, and they was going to go down that rabbit hole like Bugs Bunny. They was going to do the little and just dive down and go right down there as far as they can go, because this is a high stakes, high rewards situation, right? High risk, high rewards. They're not going to play around with this guy. They're coming with a hatchet. They want, listen, they want to chop some stuff off of you. They want to leave you limping, gang. I keep saying, Drake, you better hope this case get dismissed. You better drop it. They're going to start talking about, I remember footage of some little, like, really, really young white girls talking about they was on that yacht with them wine coolers. They were like, Drake loved wine coolers. He loved wine coolers are his favorite drink. In what world do these little teeny white girls know that wine coolers are your favorite drink? They ain't even supposed to have wine coolers. This girl get crazy creepy. It's serious, gang.
And you know what? CB Charles, he's right. Because well, people failing to realize too, and it scrubbed off the internet, but I don't know if it was free. No, it wasn't free. Free wasn't there. I don't know if it was, it wasn't Roxy. It might have been Lala. It might have been, but I remember he called in and they congratulated him on his daughter. I can't find that nowhere. And when I try to look it up, bro, I'm like, but I remember it was like a 106 show or something. But he called in like, hey, what's going on with Drizzy? You feel me? This week, Drake was doing the thing. And they gave him a congratulations on his daughter. Now, I don't know what that meant or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. Like certain stuff. Yeah, UMG, even though that probably don't have nothing to do with this lawsuit, but we just talking about, oh, yeah, you want to go public? Okay, yeah. Bro, never forget, they always got somebody that's keeping tracks of us. No matter what we do, they're going to always have the upper hand. Even if you got dirt on them, bro, you're not going to beat, bro. It's their organization. It's their establishment. You're never going to win that. I highly doubt you're not going to win it. So that's why I'm like, damn, Drake, yeah, you tripping on this one, but let's keep going.
And I'm just going to be honest. I don't know, like, this may offend some of you, but I think a 30-year-old man drinking wine coolers is weird in the first place. I'm just going to be, I don't care who he with. He could be with a bunch of...
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without relying.
59-year-old, you're drinking wine coolers, gang, step your game up. Or don't drink. All right? I know it used to be what was Zumas and all this stuff. I know y'all let them White Claws and this and that and the third and the high noons and all that. That's cool. I don't know of all those wine coolers, but wine coolers, yeah, I think just the Seagram's wine coolers and this and that. If you're a 30-year-old man drinking wine coolers, slow down, gang. Just gonna be honest. Let me put you on some other shit because yeah, we need to move on. Especially if you're doing it around high school girls, there's an issue. So I told you they were going to come with all the information, and they got much more. They got much more. They just dipping their toe. Like, listen, Drake, I need you to pay attention because we're not stopping here. We're gonna start getting names. We're gonna start putting names to the faces that used to be at them parties. Vlad just told you there was some wild stuff that got covered up in them hills. Vlad said Drake used to be my neighbor, and there was a lot of wild stuff in them parties, and it got all covered up in LA. He said, yo, he wouldn't elaborate. He said, I'm not going to elaborate. But it was some pretty serious things going on at them Drake parties in the hills in LA. It's not me talking, it's Vlad. And you think if pressed, they like, Vlad, we got some stuff that we think you were involved in. Either you tell us this or we're gonna hit you with that. You think Vlad gonna lay down for Drake? And half of that stuff probably public knowledge. It's probably public record somewhere. It's probably sealed, but it's there. Somebody like, I'm keeping this. Somebody got it. Listen, they gonna start digging. This Millie Bobby Brown thing, this ain't going away, as you can see, and he's gonna end up getting that girl pulled on that stand. You're gonna get that girl pulled on that stand, and she's gonna have to say some things. Okay? He knows that, UMG knows that. It's gonna be a lot of people hitting the stand if this thing. Listen, I keep saying it's not going to trial. The last thing on earth this guy wants is all this stuff exposed in the trial. Some of this stuff, gang, it could end up like Diddy when he went to his little thing and he settled the next day. It was too late. Some stuff got aired out, and they started digging. They started reaching and investigating. Start looking for this, looking for that. You don't want that, Drake. You don't want that. UMG is not playing. They're like, if it's war, then it's war. If you read that paperwork, if you really read it and you take away all of just the extra nonsense, they saying, gang, if it's on, it's on. They lining up. This thing is immaculate, gang. Every point I thought of and then some stuff. I don't have access to all these lawyers. They thought they got little notes and extra little extra stuff in there. Like I was like, oh snap! Like they digging up everything. Like the Michael Rappaport angle. No one thought about that. And when I heard it, I said, yo, that might break the case. He sued her for a diss record.
Mm-hmm.
He sued a corporation over this record and lost. Right on my Twitter right now, these Drake fans, I don't know how my thing got an algorithm with these Drake fans. They're like, how did this end up in my timeline? If you're not going to tell it, if you're not going to tell it, don't tell it at all. These guys are going crazy because my little clip about Michael Rappaport literally says he went after this guy he went after Barstool Sports for a diss record that really said some really nasty things about him. And he lost. He lost against that corporation. And then someone told me he filed it again and lost again. He lost twice. This is exactly what I know. Some of these guys are kind of delusional in these Drake circles, the OVO crowd, but somebody was in my comments like, this is not even the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Somebody else wrote, he's Michael Rappaport. He's not Drake. He doesn't have the finances that Drake. No, it don't work like that.
Bro, it don't work like that, bro. You throwing dirt on my name, period. And let's not, bro, Michael Rappaport is one of them guys, legends. You feel me? Legends, I can say that. And also, it doesn't matter who you are, bro. If you throwing... yeah, let me be quiet, bro. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, he built a code. He built a certain fan base where they feel like he just can't be touched. And that's the problem. That's what messed him up too. The ego that got to him. Like, yeah, bro. But what they said, I don't, bro. Forget that PDF. He talking about I got herpes. I'm out here burning people, bro. I don't. Man, y'all keep thinking it's P word, and it is. Don't get me. It is, but it's not to the extreme like that, bro. If you know, it's not no evidence out there against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you saying a person got a disease. Next time I have, what if he encounter, I'm talking about Michael Rappaport, when he encounters somebody else, how you know they're not looking at him? And you probably would say, well what about this Drake situation? Well, it's on mine. So you can take it however you want to take that. There's no evidence of Mike having the stuff that Barstool said about him. Let's get into it though.
Like that, gang. You're suing for a diss record. That's exactly what. Peel back all the layers.
But once again, when we forget, it's a diss record. It's a parody. It's not meant to be factual. It's not meant to be true. I can't accept. You feel me? I'm pretty sure the judge said the same thing with Michael Rappaport's situation, bro. Hey, if people, we know this is not true. It should be the same thing with this. Me personally, I think they want to bleed the judges too. They want to bleed Drake out of his bread. They might be working with. That's me personally, because yeah, it doesn't make sense. I wouldn't even only reason we're gonna take on this case, because bro, Christmas is finna be here. Believe it or not, we in the middle of the year. Let's just be all the way real.
He's suing UMG for defamation. They try to lower hit nobody. That's not what he's suing for. He's saying that they freaking let Kendrick say things that were defaming about him. So this is about what Kendrick actually said. It's all through the paperwork. You can't change it just because you want to be this guy's fan and you want this next album. It doesn't matter what you think. I'm telling you what it is. He's suing for what Kendrick actually said in the battle. Michael Rappaport did the same thing and lost. So that's called precedent. So what's happening now, this guy is getting hit with all the whammies that I told you. UMG is not playing. They hitting this dude with like Oscar the Grouch. They putting the garbage lid on his head. Bang! Like they're like, nigga, get down, stay down. Like, listen, go back and do your next album. Right? I don't see a way where this is actually winnable. It's just too many things in this, and I'm gonna be back with another one. But this is just too many. The UMG's hit this guy with too much stuff that he's playing ping pong right now. He's trying to defend all. It's not going to work, and you will see that this thing will not go too far. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Make sure you head over to black-yeti.com. See what they got going on. They ship all over the country. They got whatever you need over there. Make sure you let them know who sent you. Every Wednesday night we do the What Show, 10:15ish on the What Show YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. We're on 8 different platforms. We get 200-300 people in the chat area. We come join us and see what we're talking about. All right. Let me know. Hit the share button, hit the like button, and join that membership.
Hey, man, shout out to my boy, ChallzBrown. Like I said, man, dope content. But y'all let me know below. You feel me? How y'all feel about the situation? Gravity.